It'll take me forever to edit, if I end up editing this at all.
Spoiler alert, I did edit this.
Gross. let's be let's be civil. All right. So I'm trans. Let's get that out of the way. Um, I've been trans since I was like 11 years old, or that I began to realize that I was trans. At first, I wasn't a trans man. I was actually non binary because I had no clue who I was yet, but I knew I wasn't the gender I was born with. Um, and after a while, I think I've come to my senses around the time I was like probably in sixth grade. Sixth grade to seventh grade is when I began to realize I was like, I don't, this just who I am doesn't make sense because I had long hair, very long hair. Well, at least long in my opinion. It was like all the way up to like my shoulders or close to like the midway of my back. And I was very dysphoric. I was very awkward. I was very standoffish. And that's not who I am now, thankfully. I don't want to allow myself to get very emotionally triggered as much because honestly, it's like such a pain in the ass having to deal with all that sort of like shit and stuff. So, okay. And after a while, I think I came to my senses like during the middle of quarantine, and I began to realize that who I am is a boy. I'm a guy. And to a lot of people, that's very difficult to understand, especially when it comes to family members, because family members always have a picture of you way before you even fulfill it, way before you even live your own life yet. They have a picture of who you are, who you're going to be, or just an expectation they want you to reach. I wanted to quickly come in here and say it's not like I'm not thankful for what everyone in my family has given me. It's just more like I just wish that me being who I am doesn't also impact them because that doesn't mean that I don't love them either. I love my family and I love that they've been here to support me, but sometimes coming out can be so scary because it feels like you're going to lose them because of it. And I love my family. I just wish that that love wasn't conditional. Not having the liberty of being able to be who you are in your own culture also is impactful because depending on which culture you're in, a lot of trans youth have difficulty being themselves because of the stereotypes made in that culture. So it's not like me being separated from my family was the worst part. The worst part was not being able to be accepted back because in their eyes I'm always seen as a woman regardless if I change myself or not. And that's something I never liked. I hate trying to reach expectations. I hate trying to reach the lines people made for me. So I do everything to destroy it. And that's what I did around March of 2020. I had a very severe panic attack to the point where I couldn't breathe, and it became very difficult for me to grasp onto anything. I was in the bathroom and I was crying my eyes out, and I could barely breathe, and everything blacked out for a second. To me, it felt like a second, but when I regained consciousness, sort of, or I regained my line of sight. I was in the shower and I felt warm water streaming down my body. And before I even realized it, my hair was gone. My hair was on the floor, massive clumps of it. And I I didn't know what to do. I mean, my mother was literally the next room over, and it's not like I could have made a big deal about it because she would have heard it. And everyone in the house was asleep. It was dark. It was really late at night. So by the time I realized what I had done, it was already too late. The hair was cut, and it's not like I could go back and just glue it back on. So since then, I really tried to come to my own senses about who I am as a person. It's been a really tough journey. I've changed a lot. I was non binary for like 2 years. When I came out, I was like 11. So, I think by the time of like seventh grade to now, I've been out as a trans man for 3 years. Um, but it's hard. It's hard to say that I'm trans because one, um, look at me. I'm probably the most feminine guy you'll ever meet, in full honesty. Uh, it's not like I don't mind being feminine, but I like have these moments where I sit down and look at myself in the mirror or just stare into nothing and think, how am I a guy? Like, the amount of dysphoria I feel on a daily basis is astronomical. Like, it comes to me almost instantly if I even take a second to not think of anything. And other times, it seems like I just feminine because of others. Maybe to make other people feel comfortable with the fact that I'm trans. And it's not like I don't want to dress feminine because I do, but I just hate that that's something I feel like I need to do, something I'm obligated to do. And I'm slowly coming out of it. I I think just trying to be someone I'm not is going to take forever. It's something I it's it's a habit that's going to remain with me forever, even if I don't want it to. Even if I even even if it hurts me, honestly. And it's going to suck. The entire thing is going to suck. And I just want to be a guy. And for a couple of people in my life, they don't see the importance of what it's like to be trans or
Shut
what it's
up.
like to be
I meant to
detached
say
from your
attached.
gender because they're detached from their own gender. They don't see the importance of being a man or a woman. They kind of don't care. And I envy that carelessness. I wish I could have it, which sucks. But what can you do? You know, it it just it's very taxing sometimes having to be one or the other because I want to be a male, but why do I dress femininely? I want to be so muscular with a deep voice and a flat chest with a perfectly slim, masculine body. But am I willing to put the work in? So many things I have to consider. I think one thing I really want to do is try to get the steps to have top surgery. I'm not sure about bottom surgery, but I think I'm willing to. I don't know. But I feel like this is a good attempt for me to talk about it without feeling judged, without feeling like I need to put on an act or just be any different. Because when I'm around other people, that's how it feels like. I have to act a certain way, I have to be a certain way because that's how I was with them in the beginning. And if I act differently, they're gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you? You know? I don't know how to feel. This whole thing, you know? It's difficult. I envy those who get to live their lives the way they were born. But I want to be those who live their lives and find themselves later. I'm not sure if I can, though. I don't feel like that's a pathway for me out of all people. Yeah. It's awkward. I don't know what to do. I'm tired. Okay.
Thank you to anyone who watched this to the end. It means a lot to me, and I was extremely anxious at the thought of talking about a topic as personal as this, but I hope this resonates with anyone in the same boat as me. If you, yourself, are struggling and comfortable with speaking about your own experience, feel free to write about it in the comments section. I will try my best to give advice and read every comment. Be kind to yourself. This world is stressful as it is. You don't have to carry the weight of all of it by yourself. You aren't strong for handling it alone. You are strong if you can admit there's a problem and find the steps to solve it. Have a beautiful day, sweetheart.